Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, we have a lot to do today. Believe it or not, there's a lot to do. Would you have guessed it? Let's get to it. Alright, here we are. I swear to God, I feel good today. I'm ready to just attack this Morel. I'm gonna attack it like Boss Rutan, alright? I don't know if we're watching that today. I did foreshadow it just now because I said his name. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna start with the Morel. Probably start with the first movement today, and then work on the third movement alongside of it, and I'll play the third movement next time. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me. All the usual stuff here. I did go to a movie right before this. I saw Napoleon. You know, it was okay. Man, if you want a way to, like, discredit your movie of any artistry, put that Apple produced it. Because the movie just starts with, like, made by Apple. It's like, great, okay, some corporation made this movie. And it was kind of the perspective of a corporation, because it was about Napoleon Bonaparte, which is basically just like, you know, like an aristocratic dude who like conquers and kills everybody and then dies. So, you know, the French Revolution story that I prefer is definitely Les Mis. Yeah, there are a lot of things in that movie I didn't like. I won't get too far into it. You know, let me know if you want a review. Do you want me to review stuff? Because I'm not qualified to do that. I don't know anything. I don't know if you've noticed that. All I can do is just like make fun of stuff on a surface level and like just react to like colors and shapes. That's like what I'm best at. And that's really what reading music is. I'm just reacting to shapes, like dots on a page. So that is my specialty, and that's what I'm about to do now. Yeah, anything else? I don't think so. That was a big ol' long rant. Sorry about that. So we're gonna start with the Morel. See you there. Back to the old grind. Into movement 1. So I'll see you on the other side. No, it's okay. Good.
Does not matter.
I am not taking a break. I actually want to invite you into my brain for a little bit, just so you can see how I'm practicing, because I haven't done that in a while. Come on over. So, as I mentioned, I'm working on movement 1 of the Morel Sonata. What I need to do now is figure out a way to take it to the next level, because I can play it, sure. But as you can see there, I have some like indiscrepancies. Like my fingers don't always do exactly what I want at that speed, which would be like full speed. So I need to figure out exercises or something to make this happen. First is the majority of my work is I'm going at about this speed. And I'm trying to actually plant my fingers as I play them. And then when I pull my fingers in, I'm just contracting them and then letting them go. And I'm trying to just do it slow. And as you can see, if I play it at that speed, I can play it perfectly now, right? And then this thing right here, when you're moving your finger to the string, you don't want your finger to do any work to actually find the string you're going to. You want to relax and put your hand in a position where you actually end up where your finger should be anyways. So right now, my hand is completely relaxed. And then I contract, and then when my fingers come back, it's not for me using my muscles to push my fingers out like that. I'm actually just relaxing, and then they go back. Ideally, the only time there's like contraction there, it's when you're pulling in, and then you release. And then you move your hand to where it needs to be. So I need to work on my speed for this part. And I think what I'll do to do that is I'll just do speed bursts on like the open strings. And really work on like not having the nail sound on the A finger. I really like speed bursts. They've been good for like IM. Doing that kind of thing. So, I'm gonna do that with a metronome. Along with playing it slow, those are the two like technique practice things I'm gonna be doing for this. So, I'm gonna get back to that now. There you go. Back into the Morel. I've been working on the... Ooh. A button came off of my thing. That's fine. Today I'm going to play movement 1 for you. Well, here, I'll bring it closer. So this is really just the start of the new technique stuff that I'm talking about. So you'll hear it now, and then you'll probably hear it again towards the end of the week. So I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm not going to worry too much about the work I've done. I'm just going to try to play it. So, here we go. I'm so sorry. And that was the first movement. You're not going to hear that again for a while, and I'm not going to play it fast for a while either. It's going to be only slow. So let's take a little bit of a break, and then we'll get back to practicing after that. Yeah, there's another David Russell in Conversation. This one is just about the early years. So I assume we're going to learn a little bit about what David Russell is like as a young man. I'm a young man, so maybe we'll get some insight. Maybe he'll talk about stuff that'll help me to become David Russell one day. That'd be pretty cool, right? That's what we all want.
There are some questions, and some of them are really stupid, and some of them are a wee bit more intelligent, let's say. When, and kind of maybe why, did you actually start to play this instrument that we all love, the guitar?
That's quite the question. Why do you do this? Why on earth do you do this? Let's see, what's your answer?
As a child, I started.
It all started when I was a child.
My father played guitar, and...
Classic. My dad played guitar too.
You know, it's kind of fun when you see your dad happy. He was a school teacher, an art teacher.
It is fun when you see your dad happy.
In school, and he'd come home and he'd have a glass of wine and play guitar. You know, it was, in some ways, the happiest times I had with him when I was a really... I mean like a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
My mum, who will come tomorrow, she claims that it was, she is the reason why I play guitar. Because when my mother and father got married, he gave my mum a guitar for like kind of like a wedding present or something. It was a kind of Panormal-like guitar that he bought in the Gorbals, which is a Glasgow. And she learned to play guitar while she was pregnant. And they say that you can hear everything when you're inside. So... who knows? No, yeah. Doesn't really matter, but that's good. So they each have their claim to the reason.
David Russell's in there like, you need to work on technique a little more. I hear some scratch notes.
I started to play and I just loved it. And it's the typical thing, you know, when you're the only one that, apart from your father, that plays, then everybody says, oh, you do that really well. Go away and do it some more.
Yeah, so pretend there's a party or a family
Absolutely,
event.
Yeah. I had to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What's the origin story of any guitarist, like, that's my age? Guitar Hero. You started playing Guitar Hero, now you play guitar. That's the life that you chose when you were a kid and you were playing Guitar Hero on Expert and you're like, yeah, this is my passion now. And then you just graduate to an actual guitar, which actual guitar is a lot easier than Guitar Hero on Expert. I will say that. Have you ever seen Guitar Hero on Expert? It's crazy.
Is it a particular piece or is there a particular type of music that really sort of started to draw you towards a classical guitar, you know?
My father had a collection of 78 RPM, the really old records, of mostly of Andres Segovia, but also there was Rubinstein and, you know, piano stuff and some other pieces, and also a whole lot of Django Reinhardt. Okay. So he liked...
Whoa, same thing with Julian Bream. I wonder if he played any Django. That'd be kind of cool.
Also some flamenco guy, I can't remember, Nino Ricardo and a couple of these guys. So my father played a bit of flamenco, a little bit of jazz, and then the classical.
Ah, okay.
And for some reason, I seem to like the classical most. Yeah. You know, and he taught me how to play a few little pieces. We learned by ear. He couldn't read music. Oh. So we learned by ear, Minuet by Sor and things like that. Lots of wrong notes. And,
yeah.
But that was the beginning.
So your family is musical then? Your dad was musical?
Yeah. I mean, he played.
Yeah. I heard that.
And what about having artists in your family and having a mother who's a painter? Has that also sort of influenced?
God, I hear somebody talking in the audience. All right, here's a PSA for you. When you're in a class or like in some kind of seminar like this, when you want to whisper to somebody, don't whisper with the bass of your voice. Like, because people will talk to me in class. Yeah, like they're talking like this. Like this is the way they're sounding right now. Those low bass frequencies travel really well and everybody can hear you. You're not being quiet. If you want to actually be quiet, whisper like this. Don't have any bass in your voice. Those high frequencies, because that's what you're doing. You're just getting rid of all the bass frequencies. Those get interrupted really easily. Like people's hair will interrupt them and not a whole lot of people will hear you. It's a lot harder to hear this. This is a lot easier to hear whenever I'm in class and my friends trying to be quiet and say something to me. They always talk like this, and it always makes me cringe because I know everybody can really clearly hear that they're talking right now. Right now, somebody is doing that, and I can hear them so clearly. Don't do that. Why do you do that?
Because it's obviously not music, but it's another form of art. So
I think all artistic forms perhaps a way of life rather than the fact that something you see relates to something that you hear. I don't know it's so much that. It's just that many artists who live, especially the way my parents did, are willing to give up a lot of luxuries in life for other luxuries, which is, when I was about 6, my parents decided, Scotland is fantastic, and I love coming back here, but you know, the winters are kind of long and pretty dull.
The summers are good though.
Summers are incredible, especially if you happen to be here for that week.
That 1 week, Well, we're hoping to get a week.
It's fantastic, it's incredible. No, really, my parents really wanted, especially, you know, the sunlight of the south of France and things like that, and so we were then 3 children, I think, piled into a van and went and ended up in Spain. And we ended up in Menorca, which is an island. And they basically started making a living selling paintings. So it was kind of like living as hippies without drugs. Sort of, you know, which is a lot of fun. I mean, with all the difficulties and that, but it was a lot of fun. So that meant...
Well, very nice. Well, so that was just a little bit of David Russell early life.
What you like, who you want to be.
Let's go ahead and get back to practicing, shall we? Time for the second half. So I'm going to start working on this new piece. It's a Barrios Serenata Morisica. I'll learn how to pronounce it next time. It's a drop D piece. It's Barrios, you know. I might start, so I'm going to go into this. I might start brushing up on like Capriccio Arbe or something too. I'm going to start with this one, try to make some progress in it, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. I'm not working on the song that I said that I would work on. I've actually been working on the Villalobos churro that we heard Julian Bream play, because I want to learn that now. And the reason why is because it's an E standard, and I don't want to keep going to drop D. Morel is enough drop D for me right now. So I'm just going to play what I have. It's not much. I've literally never ever looked at this before, and I've been playing it for like maybe 10 minutes. I'm just going to play what I have. It's going to be like choppy, you know. Oops. You'll hear it tomorrow. I'll spend like a good hour working on that to get the first section done. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Call it a night. All right, well, that was the practice session. Pretty good stuff. We worked on some stuff, right? Didn't we? I don't remember now. It's late. I'm tired. How late is it really? Yeah, it's 11. I'm pretty tired. I feel like we started early too. I don't know. Yeah, well, if you made it this far, I mean, you should probably like subscribe and like and all that stuff. We can pretty much wrap it up here. So, I'll see you tomorrow.